And Christine O'Neill is with me. Good evening to you.
Kia ora, Chris, how are you?
Very well, thank you. This report is truly shocking, particularly with the allegations of 20 students alleging they have been raped or something similar. What is your reaction to that?
Well, first of all, I want to say my first reaction is I'm really proud of our students for speaking up because they've been brave and strong to do so, particularly as some of the accounts, as you say, are shocking and confronting. I'm shocked that we've got the whole gamut of sexual harassment from street right through to the most serious sexual assaults, including 20 reported rapes, but also another 3 reported group rapes. The researcher also tells me there were quite a number more accounts where the word rape wasn't used, but along the lines of, I trusted my boyfriend, I'd had too much to drink, he took me to a room, I laid down, then he came back with his friends, you know, etc., where potentially that's what's happened. That hasn't been included in the statistics. And also a number of students reporting that they have friends who have experienced criminal sexual assault and didn't complete the survey because it was too painful. So we're seeing part of the picture.
And sadly, from what I'm reading, particularly on social media, is that many people are saying they're simply not surprised by this. And that has got to be a concern for you as well, because I know the school is in a position of saying, for some reason, this type of behaviour has been normalised. How has it come to that?
That's right, Chris. And they were two, apart from the actual findings around sexual harassment, the 2 most concerning things about the report were the normalisation by the students of a lot of this activity, that they just take it as part of their normal everyday lives, and the silence that exists around it. And there's a real challenge there for schools, but also for society to have these conversations to break those cultural norms.
This report that you commissioned, this all was sparked by Christchurch Girls High School's students protesting, wasn't it? They were protesting about the behaviour of some men, or young men, I suppose you could say.
They were, and that's why our board made the brave decision to actually commission a proper, robust piece of academic work and to engage Dr. Liz Gordon, and also it went through a full ethics approval process so that we knew we were getting as full a picture as possible, and that it was a piece of research that we could put in the public domain to generate wider discussion and action.
So where to from here? I know that Christchurch Police have spoken to media today saying they are really concerned about that, what is in this report, particularly with the allegations of essentially group rape. Do you suspect that some of the students may now feel even perhaps more empowered to take their complaints to police?
The police have actually been fantastic since term 1. They've worked alongside us, both in an educative way, but also supporting us with our students. And they're here today, they'll be here tomorrow. And I think that's going to be an ongoing process. And I think if it enables some of our young people to bring what is serious criminal sexual offending to the appropriate authorities, then that's going to be a really powerful outcome.
Just finally, I know you held an assembly this morning and you broke the news, or at least the research of what was found in this report, to both staff and students. How are staff taking this report?
I think it would be fair to say staff were shocked. They'll be feeling really strongly for our young people because they care about them. They'll admire their courage, and they'll be wanting to work with us to support them as we go forward. But equally, we're really focused on supporting our staff too. You know, we've got a big staff, many of them are women. There'll be things in people's lives that we don't know. So for the board and myself, our primary focus in all of this is the support and care of our staff and our students.
And the reaction from students, what was that like when you were reading out in the assembly today some of the quotes from students and some of the really serious criminal allegations?
It was very quiet. Are they shocked? Senior students would say to me they're not shocked, like adults are shocked. They know this is part of their lives. They know that all the other sort of levels of sexual harassment a part of their lives. I think there's still a degree of shock when all the evidence is put together in one piece of work. They'll be digesting it over the day and over the next couple of days. They have made the comment that they are pleased that the lid has been lifted, and they definitely want to see education as a key way of changing culture.
Where to from here, Christine?
The report has been sitting over the last few days with senior ministers in government. The Children's Commissioner, Andrew Beecroft, has had it, and I know he has things he wants to say about it. And we've also provided it through to the Chief Executive of the Education Review Office, because there's been a recent study done out of the UK on the same thing by Ofsted, which shows really high rates of sexual harassment, higher than ours show in this particular study. And they also make the statement that schools do not know what's going on, and they have established a website, everyone's invited. So I think there's a real piece of work that the Education Review Office can do in New Zealand.
Well, let's hope this report is a real catalyst for change. Christchurch Girls High School Principal Christine O'Neill, thank you for your good work on this, and thanks for your time this evening.
Thanks, Chris. Appreciate the conversation.